And when you go live like this without any warning, you absolutely 100% have to do a countdown.
Yes, you do.
Like a
Let's-
3-minute
I
countdown.
know,
I
because
know.
nobody knows we're here.
You know soon. All right, here, let's do this. No, that was not appropriate at all. Where's the one Gideon made?
I love how he's not ready to do a live.
I got everything else ready. All right, I'm going to
Yeah.
do this countdown just because I like it.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Still so creepy.
So we are here in that palatial building you just saw in that amazing countdown. I am on wing east. Rebecca is on floor 5, and Jeremiah is out in the parking lot trying to get past security. We are here to talk about the latest announcement, the big news that's just dropping in the world of Disney World, which is further details on Genie, Genie Plus, and the now to be forever known as individual Lightning Lane. Jeremiah, you are the person. Let me do quick introductions. My name is Doobie, founder of Laughing Place. Over there is Rebecca, my wife and co-founder. Down there is our chief Walt Disney World correspondent and vice president of Talking in Cars. So Jeremiah, you were the person who got the first-hand information on this. So why don't you give us a quick overview on what we've learned about Genie, Genie Plus, and individual Lightning Lane?
I don't think we have enough time for a quick overview for those. So as everybody knows, I mean, the first thing, if you haven't seen any of the publications, Walt Disney World, Genie, Genie Plus, individual Lightning Lane, all launch October 19th. That's right, in just 10 days, or 11 days?
11 days.
11 days. You too can go into your Disney World park and play with the Genie, Genie Plus, or purchase the individual Lightning Lane, or purchase Genie Plus. I will start with the Genie, and I will tell you one thing. As I was in this presentation, the nomenclature got very confusing with the Genie Plus, individual Lightning Lane, Genie, just because it's all kind of, it's one on top of another on top of another. Genie. If I had to describe Genie the easiest way, it is like if you use Waze to get to work or get anywhere, you turn on Waze, you put where you want to go, and it finds the quickest way there. That is what Genie is. But for Genie, what you do is everybody will get this soon. The Genie is the free version. So you go in, you put in what your number 1, number 2 things that you want to do. Say you're going to Magic Kingdom, you want to do Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, the classics. Genie will then go in when you, on that day, and give you your itinerary. And not just attractions. You can add in restaurants. You can add in character meet and greets. And it's not something that we used to experience in the late 90s, early 2000s, when you would plan your thing, you would go to a certain website, they would say the best times to go to this park and the best times to do this or this, and you'd print it out. This is all live. If you change your mind halfway through the day and you want to park hop, you can change to, I'm going to Disney's Hollywood Studios. These are my interests, and it will change live to that. Also, one of the nice things, and we got to see the backside of this, it is constantly updating. So it won't be like you're sitting at Buzz Lightyear and the next thing it says is, oh, Big Thunder Mountain has a 5-minute wait. You should go over there. And then you should go back to the People Mover. It follows the path. It keeps us on a single track, not back and forth, like many of us are guilty of in our visits to the parks. Genie Plus is Max Pass or for those
Just,
who
I'm
haven't
sorry,
experienced.
before you move on to Genie,
No, go right ahead.
Genie Plus, I've been struggling behind the scenes trying to get the right image. Somehow my image got flipped. But just a quick look of what Genie looks like, and maybe you can just quickly talk a little bit about what you can see on the screen. As you,
Yeah, the Genie. Go on, Rebecca.
And this is the free element of the new Genie service, correct?
Correct.
Jeremiah? Okay.
Yeah, this is your planning guide. It's very easy. You go in, you go down the laundry list of attractions that you want or that you kind of want, or, if it pops up with something you don't want, you can just remove it.
So so here we have, as an example right here, it says 5 Genie recommendations flying in. And so you see that Big Thunder Mountain, it tells you 9:15, that's a good time to go. The wait's lower than usual. And if you wanted to, you can click on this view forecasted wait. And I'm assuming that would give you kind of like a chart that lets you know average wait times throughout the day. So if maybe you just ate and you're like, well, I'm not in the mood for a thrill ride right now. What am I looking at if I wait until 1 o'clock to ride this ride or 10 o'clock to ride this ride? It will give you an estimate of what your wait would be then.
No, it's just like the navigation tools, Waze, any of the travel. If you put in, hey, I need to be at point A at this time, it gives you this is the best time to leave for the attractions. The best time, and then you see the bars, 9 o'clock low, 10, 11, 12, 12 to 6. It's all the max wait time, and then starts to dip down at the end of that.
That's wonderful.
And it's also going to, it's Bluetooth enabled. So if you've gone on a ride, it can tell that you've been on it and automatically kind of mark that off for you. It's very dynamic, so that if they're recommending a bunch of people do something and a bunch of people will say, yeah, that's a good idea, it's going to realize that and therefore not direct too many people over there, because that 20-minute line is now a 40-minute line, and kind of direct over there. So at least theoretically, this can do a really good job of spreading people around the park instead of everyone ending up on the same place.
Can I ask, do you know, did they give the impression that this is dynamic in the nature of as you begin to make your way towards there, it will know? Or is it once you're like, is there some sort of, you say, oh, that sounds good, I'm going to do it, or once you cross some sort of threshold? Do you know, Doobie or Jeremiah?
It's Bluetooth enabled, so as soon as you walk in the park, it registers, okay, so-and-so just walked in the park, you're walking towards Tomorrowland. It won't say, you should go do this. It will go off your plan.
Oh, that's so cool.
But instead of, what you should do is go off what Genie Plus tells you, not, hey, Genie Plus says this, but I'm going to go do this instead. And you can change Genie Plus or Genie as you go through. You can add in things, you can subtract things. Doobie, if you put back up that screening, go ahead, Rebecca.
And by the way, all of you who are watching, please don't go away, but all of this information has been published on laughingplace.com. If you visit laughingplace.com, we have several articles up there with further details. Some of those details we're going to get into later on in this, so you can kind of maybe minimize our window so you can hear us, but then you can read the data on Laughing Place. We have pricing information regarding the individual Lightning Lane, regarding Genie Plus elements and that type of thing. So once again, we're going to discuss all that here, but if you're chomping at the bit to know it all, laughingplace.com, the information is published right there, and you can see it all before we start talking about it here.
And of course, we're always open to questions here. We're here to, we're going to cover it as best we can, but please ask your questions. A couple other things about Genie that they talked about. Yes, Broken Jeremiah, we will have trivia tomorrow. So it's going to know if it's raining, if rides are down for any reason, it takes that into account automatically. And then maybe, Jeremiah, you can talk about the fact that this is more than just attractions. This is also taking care of your base food needs.
Yes. And we're focusing just on Genie right now. This isn't Genie Plus. This isn't the pay feature. Bring back up that graphic one more time, Doobie. So where it has the information about the attraction, zoom in with the left screen. So Big Thunder Mountain, view forecasted wait, that's what it suggests right now. You don't have to do the full itinerary. The tip board, which is the one on the right, is the wait times. You can click on that. Hey, I see whatever, and then you will see forecast wait times, what it's looking like. My favorite part of all of this is the Big Thunder Mountain where it says, why this?
Mm-hmm.
I got hands on, I clicked on it, and it was the carousel. And I said, why this? The number 1 bullet point, it's a low wait time. The number 2 bullet point, a trivia or history of the attraction.
Oh, wow.
So right away, you can always sell me on history of attraction stuff, but it doesn't just expect you to go, oh, why am I going to this? It will say you liked these type of attractions.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be the similar type thing.
Oh, wow.
As Doobie was saying about the food, it not only has food, but it also has character meet and greets and that type of stuff. So you put in, okay, I want to eat at Cosmic Rays. I want to eat at Be Our Guest. This is also a pre-planning tool. So when you book your vacation, 90 days, 60 days, whatever the booking day. Yes.
I do too. I really do. Because I love the idea that it'll say recalculating after you're like, no, I hate that attraction. So
and they were showing us live. And I believe the video that we have also shows them doing some adjustments. Also, Becky, get off this live stream. You're on a cruise. Have fun.
Right. I know, right?
Get to work.
My favorite part of that video, which I am going to show, is the part where they say, "Is that speed trap still here?" For people that like to run through the park.
So when you pre-plan everything and you book this 90 days out, the window for booking the food 60 days. I don't know if that's accurate. It changes constantly, but it will say, okay, tomorrow is when you can book Be Our Guest. When you are in the park and you have Genie on, and it says, okay, you should eat at Cosmic Rays between 3 and 4. So place your mobile order, and then you hit I'm here now. It processes everything. It gives you the steps. It's not, it's like walking with Becky, the ultimate Disney guide. She can tell you what to do, but Genie Plus will do everything not everything that Becky can do, because Becky is great at conversation.
And absolutely, Connor, that's what this Disney Genie Plus is going to do. It's going to notify you that things, whether things, what?
Wait, the word notify is something
okay.
that is not finalized.
So not a push. Not a push.
And that was one of my big questions, and this jumps to the far end of it. I had a chance to do Q&A, and I asked, one of the things that we've been asking for with My Disney Experience is a notification of when your Fast Pass time would come up. They are playing with it still to find out about push notifications.
Okay.
If somebody wants to be notified, oh, your next Lightning Lane is in 10 minutes, if you want that notification. So they didn't give me a direct answer of, are we going to get notifications? But there is information constantly coming. And yes, when you're 60 days out, 90 days out, there will be some type of information about it is time to book or almost time to book. The word notify, I don't want to say anywhere.
Understand. No. I gotcha. So what this app will do is, if you're looking at the app, it will indicate to you if an attraction is at a good wait time, or if there's a more optimal time for you to visit where it would be lower. It'll give you, there'll be a diagram that you'll be able to see to know that, well, if I go now, I'm going to wait an hour, but if I wait and go later today, perhaps, based on the data, it'll be a shorter wait time or an even longer wait time. They'll kind of give you guidance, and they'll also, based upon the information that that you've given them through the app. And this is all through the My Disney Experience app. This is going to be a transition, right? This isn't a new thing.
Yeah, the 19th, we will see the entire landscape of the My Disney Experience, Walt Disney World app, whatever we're calling it this week. It will change, and it will be, instead of one of the nice things, the tip boards, instead of having to go to 3 different spots to try to find when you can book food, the tip board will have you scroll down, okay, here are your rides, and then you get down and here's the restaurants, and here's the next booking window for mobile order.
And that would be really nice, because right now, if you're hungry, right, you go and you click on the place you want to eat at, and then you see, oh, well, the next window's not available until,
and then you back out and you find another one.
You have to go back out, find another restaurant or whatever. So if you have that, listed where, let's say it's like Sleepy Hollow, it has a 1:30 window. Pinocchio Village House has a 2 o'clock window. You aren't having to kind of go back and forth as much now with this new Genie program.
Yes.
Yeah, and ideally, it just manages that all for you, and it knows what's going on behind the scenes too. So theoretically, I mean, this is the hope. Things get backed up at Sleepy Hollow or something. This should let you know. Or, you have Sleepy Hollow at 1:30 and Big Thunder at 2, and 1:30 comes around and Big Thunder's down, and it lets you know, well, maybe you want to do this instead, and then maybe you'll adjust your dining. This is all the stuff that's possible. And I'm not speaking about what's happening, but the fact that they're going down this road is all the stuff that, as a tech guy thinking about this, of what this might eventually become, if it's not already, it may already be that.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty exciting stuff.
In the presentation, they kind of showed us the slides that we have up on the site, and Doobie's shown a few of, for the basic, this is what it is. And then they showed us the hands-on, which is the video Doobie will show us in a little bit. And then they switched over to the back of house stuff, the numbers, the graphs, the things that are like watching. They're showing us live as we are booking our trip. Like the video, one of the videos is us actually booking our day, and it showed, this is when the highest wait time for this is the lowest wait time for this. So instead of going this way, we should go this way. That one's not on the video.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if I can get a tech interview for this. That would be so much fun.
Oh, you should.
Let's go ahead and show the video right now. It's about 40 seconds long, and this is just a video of Genie in action, and then we'll move on to Genie Plus, and I think we're going to start calling it Individual Lightning Lane?
Ill.
Ill.
Ill. You be illin', I be chillin'. Let's watch a video.
Video time.
This might be a vertical video, which means our faces are going to be on the side of it, which is kind of funny.
Okay. Hey, Jeremiah, there's a question that is popped up, so maybe you can be thinking about whether or not we have the answer while this video plays from Facebook.
Just waiting for StreamYard.
Oh, is it having trouble playing it?
I don't know.
They're asking when we say the 19th, that's when you can start purchasing it, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So not quite yet, Carla.
Was the video working, Doobie, or is it still?
Let me see if I maybe selected something wrong.
I'm eager to talk about the other stuff.
While Doobie is doing this, everything launches on the 19th. That is the day Genie will be there, Genie Plus. The ill line, I guess we can't call it ill lines because it's kind of like calling it an ATM machine.
Yeah.
But the ill will be active.
So while Genie itself, we've been comparing to Waze, and that it kind of helps you navigate your journey. I think overall we've been describing the project as kind of a streaming service idea where you have a base. Once you have your free service, right, which is Genie, and then you have your paid element, which is Genie Plus. And then as part of Genie Plus, there's an additional element that are these individual lightning lanes that you're going to pay per use above. And we're going to get more into that, but just to kind of give you an outline of what the Genie system is going to look like in its 3 layers of usage.
Oh, you had it for a second.
Yeah, no, that is it. I just wasn't sure it was it. Okay. So I'm going to add this to the stream, and I don't think there's any audio. So
no, there isn't.
You can kind of talk about it while it plays.
We've already planned our day, and this is kind of, you see up at the top, my day tip board. This is everything that Genie has laid out for us, what we should do, how we should do it in the order that they're suggesting. And one of the things, it reminds you that other parks are available. So we jumped to Disney's Hollywood Studios starting at 6 o'clock. I think it was 6 o'clock at the time. So when you have Genie and you decide, I want to jump over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, there is an option to say, I'm going to jump to the parks at this time. It goes in and reprocesses everything and gives you the ideas of what you should do at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Can you put
So-
that back up for a moment? I
Sure.
just love the attitude of Genie. Check it out. Right there it says, "We've crafted a glorious day for you, and we'll keep working our mojo to fit in as many of
Yeah.
your top picks as possible." I love the language. So cool.
No,
Sorry.
they did a great job of just overall making sure that this is very user friendly. When the first time somebody picks it up, it should be, oh, I can do this right away. I picked it up after somebody else had already used it, and I was a little confused because I couldn't plan my own stuff. But there is going to be a tutorial on the app for the new users. So it's not going to be, you're not expected to walk into the park on the 19th and go, "Okay, Genie, make my day perfect."
But that
I
would
think-
be nice.
Genie is something that, I think all three of us, as people who go to the parks quite often, would still end up using, just because it's a fun.
I wonder
Yeah.
Go
Totally.
ahead.
I wonder how much you're going to be able to see when you're not in the parks. When this October 19th
Right?
rolls around, we're going to open up the app. I'm not in the
Yeah.
park. You will be, and see what we can do. Also, I keep wanting to go. I'm doing it.
Okay, so can we move on and talk a little bit about the Genie Plus?
Let's move on to Genie Plus.
So Genie Plus, this is kind of where we all saw FastPass going in '99 when it first launched.
The day it
At
launched.
some point, you're going to have to be paying for this feature.
That point has arrived.
Yes, but yes, it's $15. You can use it all day long. You can park hop. You can use it till you are done with everything. So you walk into Magic Kingdom, and did either of you get a chance to do Max Pass at Disneyland?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So anybody who hasn't done Max Pass, you pay the $15. One of the things that I don't think we cover in any of our articles, because I don't think it's actually called out, is the annual pass holders, cast members, can only add Genie Plus day of at 7 a.m. And that was in the initial announcement a few months ago. It was implied that it could only be purchased day of. Guests purchasing tickets in the future, as of the 19th, can add on Genie Plus to those days. So when you purchase your ticket, just like the Water Parks and More add-on or the Park Hop, you can add on Genie Plus. So that will be something that you don't have to worry about 3 months from now. You can just build it into your vacation plans.
And that's important because it is possible, we have no idea how often, that Genie Plus can sell out for a day. They do have to obviously limit inventory because all of the attractions do still have standby lines.
Yes. And that's one of the things that everybody needs to remember. And I've had this conversation with people since the initial announcement of Genie Plus. You do not have to buy Genie Plus. You do not have to buy IL. Everything will have a standby line. Just like in 1955, when you walked into the park, you can wait 10 minutes to go on the Jungle Cruise.
And as Becky reminds us, if you purchase a package from your favorite travel advisor, they can add it too. We obviously recommend MEI Travel for your needs.
MouseFanTravel.com.
Yep, mousefantravel.com.
Tell them Laughing Place sent you.
Yep, and then you'll have somebody in your corner. They'll make sure.
No, wrong one.
Nice.
And Becky's tough too. You want her in your corner.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally. And she knows this park well.
She's
She and
scrappy.
her team, Jeremiah and I got to spend some time. Jeremiah and I got the opportunity to spend some time with numerous individuals from the MEI Travel, and their knowledge base is astounding. And that's part of the service that you get when you book through a travel agent, and in this particular case, MEI Travel.
Although I'm sure at this point, Becky's a little jealous of me because I think I know more about Genie Plus and Genie right now than she does.
Yeah, but
Now,
she knows
in
more
regard-
about the Virgin Cruise Lines.
In regards to the Magic Band, the Magic Band is mostly your way to access like entry to the park or entry to your room. You can now set up your phone to do that.
Mobile
The
Magic.
Magic Band still works, but Mobile Magic is a way to not have to use a Magic Band. So this Genie service, I'm envisioning that you would access like the lightning lanes of Genie Plus with a Magic Band. Am I correct that you could still opt for Magic Band or Magic Mobile?
If you still want to purchase a Magic Band, because they're no longer free for any guests, you can definitely do that, and they will work just as they have. They are attached to your My Disney experience, and you walk up to whatever lightning lane you want, tap it right there, as long as you've already booked it on the app. So if you choose to go with Magic Band, you're kind of adding another step. You will be on your phone constantly with this Genie and Genie Plus.
Which is where these new Magic Band 2.0 that are coming out next year will really come into play, I think, because those are going to like illuminate and vibrate and interact in different ways. You're going to be able to set little settings where your touch point will interact with you differently. And so I think that they're kind of transitioning what the Magic Band is going to be beyond a simple touch point access device. So to answer that.
Those might end up being called Magic Band Legacy, but I could be wrong. Let me give some quick bullet points on Genie Plus. $15 per day per person, as you said. There's no limit to the number of future attractions you can book. You can book all day long. You can only book one at a time, however, except if the window is more than 2 hours out, in which case once 2 hours comes, then you can book another one. Otherwise, you can book another one as soon as you check in, not after you ride the ride, but as soon as you kind of say, okay, I'm here for the ride, and they scan you, then you can go ahead and book another one. It was interesting. I heard that they really, when they talked about the 2 hour window, they gave the impression that they didn't expect that. I shouldn't say they gave the impression. My interpretation was they didn't expect that to happen too often. It's like, yeah, if it doesn't end up being for another 2 hours, then you can book in 2 hours. But it almost sounded like that would be the exception to the rule. Did you get that same feeling that you expect to be able to Genie Plus and come back in an hour or 30 minutes or whatever?
I think the 2 hours, I mean, it's no longer the original Fast Pass where we'd run over and get something that was the end of the day. With Genie Plus, especially because it is so smart, it has every option built in there. So I don't think that, yes, if you decide that you want Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, that could be a later time. But at the same time, if you book something, 5 hours out, you're kind of missing out on the options of knocking out the entire park. I mean, as I stated, Max Pass for me, I did both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure on a Saturday and knocked out just about every attraction possible. Go on, Rebecca.
No, I was just going to say, so in many ways, Genie Plus is kind of taking us back a little bit to where Fast Pass was when it first launched. You're not having to physically go to the attraction to get your ticket. But you are in the park and you're booking your reservation when you're when you're there. You're not doing this 90 days out or that.
It brings it back more to the spontaneity, to the enjoying the park and not stressing. Sorry, Becky, not stressing about trying to plan something 90 days out and needing your handheld through every step of, I want to book this Fast Pass. I want to book this. It is, you walk into the park, you see Big Thunder Mountain has a lightning lane at 9:10. You book it, you walk over there, you walk up, tap, you look at your phone right after 9:10 or whatever time it is. You see, okay, Splash Mountain has one for 10:15. Boom. Or Splash Mountain has one for 9:30. You booked that. One of the things that I needed to clarify when Doobie was talking about you can do everything, you can only do the attractions once with Genie Plus. You can't revisit attractions. That way, it does make it possible for everybody to take advantage of it, but you can use the standby queue. If you want to go on Splash Mountain 20 times, use the Genie Plus once, and then wait in line hopefully less than a half hour for the rest of the day.
And that is a marked difference from the Disneyland Resort Max Pass system. with the Max Pass system, you could get a second, once you had, let's say Roger Rabbit, when you had turned in that Fast Pass for Roger Rabbit, you could then book another Fast Pass for Roger Rabbit. However, with Genie Plus, once you've used the Lightning Lane on Roger Rabbit, or in this case, we're talking Walt Disney World specifically, so Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, you're not going to get a second Lightning Lane access to the attraction.
And that's a big deal. That is a big difference between Fast Pass, between Max Pass. And I think for a lot of people, that's going to be a big deal. I mean, we loved using it for Roger Rabbit because our son just loved Roger Rabbit at that time. And we would just ride it a lot without having to wait. And we didn't care about the rest of the stuff, but it was worth it just for that. So for some people, at least, that's a very important thing to note.
Well, and it'll be very interesting to see how that dynamic impacts wait times. Because as we've seen with COVID, the reduced capacity in the park coupled with the lack of Fast Pass has really reduced your overall wait times for quite a number of attractions that previously it had, very extended ones. So I'm interested to see kind of what this new dynamic, how it plays with wait times, as well as you can, map out the dynamics of when is the optimal time to ride it, thanks to the free element.
Yeah, you can look and go, okay, I want to do Big Thunder again, so I shouldn't do it from 11 to 3. I should do it at 4 when it starts to go down, or 6 when it's the lowest point.
So, quick question: yes. Will Genie know that you have Genie Plus in terms of how it plans your day?
Yes, if you go to one of the screenshots, I believe it's on one of the screenshots. It shows in the tip board you have Lightning Lane Plus or Lightning Lane options for the selection.
Okay.
It is. I think Rebecca's streaming service was a perfect analogy. You start with Hulu. You add on Hulu Plus, so instead of having to wait in lines for everything, you get it with no commercials. And then we jump over to Disney Plus, where we really wanted to see Black Widow day of, so we had to pay the extra money, and that's where individual Lightning Lane comes in. But Genie Plus won't be as difficult as we make it sound. Once everybody gets a hold of it, it will be very simple. And I think one of the biggest problems that everybody's having is Disneyland had Max Pass, which was so easy. Walt Disney World Fast Pass, we only had 3 Fast Passes available. So this is something completely different. No, the fireworks and parades as of now are not part of Genie Plus. Right now it is just attractions. There are shows like Indiana Jones and the Frozen Ever After. Those are built into it, but nothing as far as the fireworks or parades go. And that was something that we asked about. And that goes back to fireworks just got added back into Walt Disney World. So it is something. And I think the key with all of this is something that could change on the 20th. We could see a change to it because they go, oh, wait, this didn't work. We need to tweak it. This isn't going to go away, but it will constantly change.
As long as there is imagination.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and now we move on to the individual Lightning Lane.
Right, I just wanted to let people know, we've got the full attraction list for individual Lightning Lane and Genie Plus, and we are going to be showing that shortly. We just want to first let you know, assuming Jeremiah does get through this, we want to let you know what the individual Lightning Lane attractions are, what the Genie Plus, what the individual Lightning Lane is, and then once we describe that, we're going to bring up the full attraction list for both. So, Jeremiah, let's talk about
individual Lightning Lane. So this, I think, has been the most controversial thing that's come out of all of this. Not the paying for Fast Pass, but I don't want to have to pay to go on Rise of the Resistance. I'm sorry, let me do this. I don't want to have to pay to go on Snow White, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Space Mountain, Frozen Ever After, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, Rise of the Resistance, Slinky Dog Dash. Is it not Slinky? What is it now?
Runaway Railway.
Is it back to Runaway Railway? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. That is something, and I don't mean back to, it's something that the conversations that we've all had has been, is it going to be Runaway Railway? Is it going to be Slinky Dog? And
So, as you
So-
may have surmised from Jeremiah's attempts there are two individual Lightning Lane attractions per park. They do not overlap with the Genie Plus attractions. So, there's the Genie Plus attractions and the Ill attractions. The Genie Plus
Okay.
attractions are included with your $15 Genie Plus, and the Ill attractions cost an amount of money that you will know ahead of time and that will not fluctuate throughout the day, but that will depend on the day and seems to run between $7 and $15. Does that sound
Correct.
accurate, Jeremiah?
Yes, they showed us live of starting on the 19th and then going to that Saturday. I don't remember exactly which attractions it was, but one was $7 on the 19th and the other was $12 on the Saturday. Rise of the Resistance is $15 on the 19th, $15 on the Saturday. So you will be able to purchase a individual Lightning Lane one at a time with a max of 2 per day.
Two
So-
per day, not per park.
Per
Two
day.
per day. So if you're
Yes.
park hopping, you can pick one of these individual Lightning Lane, which I will call them the kind of a signature attraction. At
A
Park
fancy
A
attraction,
Park
to
B.
quote somebody.
But I would so this is where I was surprised with the way that this is being structured.
And not only 2 per day, but you cannot do the same one twice. You
Right.
can't ride
Right.
You can't pay for Rise twice.
Yeah.
You can pay for Rise and Avatar, but then you can't go ride Space Mountain for the additional
With the
fee.
Lightning Lane.
Yeah.
Like,
With
you can always
Yeah.
wait in line.
And that is something you guys are the ones that are shocked by this. I guess I'm more used to everything out here with the 3
This is
fast passes.
This is a novel term for it. E-ticket. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, but one is Space Mountain.
But
Um,
I was gonna say I can't call all those attractions e-tickets, right?
no, they're all
Yeah.
e-tickets.
Remy's not an
You
e-ticket.
said Runaway
Hey.
Railways on there.
Okay,
Get
hold
out.
on.
Oh,
So,
seriously, this is a
yes.
debate as to whether or not that's
At-
an e-ticket.
At 7 a.m. in the morning,
It's an F
you
ticket.
can purchase your individual Lightning Lane. So you go on, and it is very much like we used to be able to do with Fast Pass here in Florida, or again Max Pass in California, where you scroll through the times and you see, okay, so there's a 2:15 time available. You click 2:15, you make sure your entire party is selected, you hit continue, it goes to a credit card screen, you process the payment, you have a set time to go to Rise of the Resistance at 2:15.
Do we have a list of the individual Lightning Lane that we can put up while we're talking about it?
We have a list of all the attractions, so let's go ahead and put those up now.
While we're talking, so you guys
Yeah.
can see. The purple section are the rides that you can book one at a time throughout the day. You can't double ride the ride, and that's your Genie Plus stuff. That's that blanket $15 per day fee. And then the add-on element is that blue
A
zone,
la carte.
and you can purchase those a la carte with 2 choices during the day, and not the same one twice.
So my interpretation of this is one ride on Rise of the Resistance is worth the entire rest of Walt Disney World.
Let's not do this conversation right now. This is something for Park Stock, hopefully on Monday. Yes. So it is right away you process. There are lots of questions that we had about what happens if the ride goes down for that time. You will be rescheduled for a later time.
Oh wow, okay.
And
That
that
happened with
will
Max
again
Pass too.
fall into your Genie system. Like
Mhm.
you have that time already purchased. It's noted on your Genie. If the ride does not return during the day, you will be issued a refund.
Okay.
So
And
that is the key
That
for
kind
that.
of that kind of dynamic would happen with Max Pass as well. If the attraction went down, your return time would shift to
Yeah.
to a different time of day. Or if it didn't come, you would get a kind of a comp something like oh hey, here go ride whatever ride, or
Yeah, and
get a thing to use a fast pass elsewhere if the ride didn't return.
Yeah, and that was something that was called out quite a bit. It is that attraction you have purchased. It is just like a concert ticket or a movie ticket. You cannot walk up, exchange it, cancel it. That's if you don't show up for it, you don't get it. It is
Yeah.
no refund.
Yeah,
Can
you
you-
cannot
can you
even
change
beforehand. Even
No, you cannot
beforehand,
change
he
if
was
something
clear.
happens.
Even beforehand, you cannot just refund it. You buy it, you bought it.
If something happens, again, they will push back the time. They will give you. I'm sure you'll get the email just like when attractions would go down. You'd book it with FastPass, saying they will make it available as soon as the attraction comes up. If the ride never returns, then you'll get a refund.
I don't. I'm.
And now,
I don't like that.
now these are.
I would
the-
like to have a window by which I can change what time I'm paying for my attraction.
I mean, here's my speculate, but these are hard and fast rules. That doesn't mean, hey, my son got sick, I couldn't go. I mean, that's what guest services is. That's what guest relations is for.
Yeah,
but the policy is once you buy it, you buy it.
Yeah, but I'm still saying I would prefer to be given a window by which I have a. But I guess theoretically, my window's not going to be that far out. So.
Right. When you buy it, I think when you buy the Lightning Lane,
I'm not paying at 7 a.m. for like a 6 o'clock Lightning Lane. Chances are.
No,
right?
a lot of people will be, and this is one of the things to kind of move out of the written things to more of the park experience. I see this being 7 o'clock. Everybody books their Rise of the Resistance for probably not 9 o'clock when the park opens. Everybody will kind of go, oh, I can sleep in now and book it for 10 or 11. So the line for Rise at 9 o'clock, if it stays non-virtual queue, won't be that bad. But then at 10 or 11, everybody that purchased the individual Lightning Lane will be going, causing the line to back up.
Question, Jeremiah.
Yes.
So when you purchase an individual Lightning Lane, you get to choose among available times. You're not just assigned a time?
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah, they showed us the full scroll. You just scroll through the time. And I believe it is going to be an hour window, or actually, they were showing us 15-minute increments. So I would prefer the 15-minute increments because it doesn't give that hour time, which we've all seen as FastPass of right at the clock tick of 1:40 when 12 people had that FastPass, that line backed up, and then 10 minutes later there'd be nobody in line. So if you're doing 15-minute increments, you have to go.
Genie Plus, also you get to choose a time, or is that one assigned?
Genie Plus, you get to choose the time.
Okay.
It will give you the individual time. That is just like Max Pass, where you could go and, okay, well, there's a return time at 5 o'clock or 5:30. I'm going to go get something to eat, so I'll go for the 6 o'clock.
So once again, Genie Plus is your $15 additional fee that will give you the ability to book what we used to call FastPass, which is now called Lightning Lane, and it will be from amongst these purple attractions listed here. You can book one at a time. As soon as you're in the queue or a certain time window has been reached, that will...
It is not the time window. It is when you tap in. That was something I clarified because with MaxPass, it was if you're within that time, you can do that. No, this is you have to tap in to your first, and they are going to bring back the double tap. It was something that they clarified. So you'll tap and then you'll tap and then later on. But as soon as that first tap, the initial you're here, you can go on and book. Then
you can book a different attraction for your next Lightning Lane access. That's what's in this purple zone. That's the $15 flat fee per person. Above that, you have access to Lightning Lane on these attractions. In the blue zone, you can only purchase 2 per day on those, not 2 per park visit. 2. So if you're park hopping, you can pick like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and then Rise of the Resistance. If you're hopping over to studios, you can't do both of the individual Lightning Lane purchases at Magic Kingdom and then hop over to studios and do both of those. You're limited to access to 2 of the individual Lightning Lane purchases, and those are an additional fee above the $15 base fee of the Genie Plus, and those are per attraction. Those ride prices will fluctuate, but not within the day. You'll know ahead of time on the day how much it'll be to access that attraction all day long. but there will be a difference in the access to that attraction cost, ranging from 7 to 15. You said?
Yes.
So that's what we're learning. And Crystal asks, what time can you start scheduling your day? I believe it's 7, right?
No, the scheduling your day is Genie. That is something you can do.
Okay.
You know, as soon as you book your ticket, or you have your park pass reservation, you can start putting in what attractions you really want to do. As far as Genie Plus, 7 a.m. is when you purchase it. There's talk of hotel guests and all these different levels, but once you walk in the park is when you can start choosing your lightning lanes.
Correct. For Lavender Laughter, for Walt Disney World guests, they're adjusting from 3 overall passes that you have for the whole day, and instead you can have 1 at a time, but you'll end up being able to get more throughout the day. So you aren't locked into only 3 for your entire day at a park, but you are limited to having 1 at a time.
Doobie, I'm going to have to head out
Yeah.
soon. So if there are any questions, if you just want to do some rapid fire questions that may be on there or that you guys didn't have the answer for.
And yes, the $15 base fee. You can't just have Genie and then be like, oh, I want 7 dwarfs.
No, you can. You don't have to have Genie Plus to get the individual lightning lane. That is something that is, if you want the individual lightning lane and you don't care about Genie Plus, you can purchase it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it's different. So my streaming service is flawed because I was thinking that you had to have the Genie Plus in order to access the individual lightning lane. But
yes,
you do
not the case. No.
Okay.
Becky, this is a good thing for you. That's called job security. So I don't want to hear you complaining. Jeremiah, I know you've got places to be, people to serve. So thank you very much for your time. Can potential park hoppers book individual lightning lane for their later park? Yes, they can, right, Jeremiah?
Yes, as long as the park is available for park hopping, you have the park hopper ticket, yes, you can book Rise of the Resistance. But one of the things I want to finish on is all of these things can sell out. It is just like the old days where you can go to a fast pass machine and they don't have one attraction available. The individual lightning lanes will sell out. I mean, there is not a doubt that Rise of the Resistance on a busy Saturday, you won't be able to buy a later time, midway through the day because everybody's purchased it already.
And same for Genie Plus. If you're on your way to Epcot, you can go ahead and book an Epcot Genie Plus from the monorail.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't actually have to be in the park.
No.
All right. I don't see any other outstanding questions right now. As Becky said, it is complicated. There's lots of itty bitty details. We're doing our best to cover them all. We're going to have them all covered in our articles that you can see on Laughing Place right now, just linked right off the front page. And if you have any other questions, feel free to hit us up via, wow, I can't believe I said that. Contact us via Twitter or Facebook or something. And we'll do our best to answer you directly, as well as use that to add to our articles to make sure we have as many accurate details as possible. Yeah, Jeremiah.
Should they be smashing the like button?
And while you're here, smash that like button.
You have to say
ding a that bell so you guys can know when we go live, because we are Laughing Place. Yeah. So I think that'll pretty much wrap up our talk of Genie and Genie Plus for Jeremiah, at least. I want to get Rebecca's just general thoughts. We don't have to wait for Jeremiah. Jeremiah,
okay.
you
Bye, Jeremiah.
I will see you guys
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jerm. So, Rebecca, what you think of Genie Plus, and ill?
First of all, I'm very excited and surprised by the idea that you don't have to pay that base $15 in order to just do a one-off with the higher tiered attractions. I did not expect that.
Mm-hmm.
At all. That's surprising to me. I am surprised that you're limited to 2 for the whole day in that category. I would have thought that, hey, if somebody wants to pay $15 for all these attractions, then hey, we'll take your money.
That was my biggest surprise.
Yeah, but it sounds like that's not kind of what that's about in that way. So it's surprising to me.
And the flip side of that is, and also along with the fact you can only do the ride once, the flip side of that is they are greatly keeping in mind the people who aren't paying, the people who are in standby queue.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people who are complaining, understandably, that, hey, Disney is making us pay for something that used to be free, it's good to know that they are keeping the people who don't want to pay high in mind, knowing that's going to be the majority, and those people need to be happy too.
Right.
So.
And as Donna, it's with the reservation system in mind, do you need to have the reservation to that specific park in order to purchase the $15 pass Genie Plus for that park? Do you I mean,
well, you're not purchasing it for that park. You're purchasing it for your visit because it works between parks. So no, you just need to have the ticket.
That's what I was yeah, exactly. But so those were surprises to me. I'm disappointed that there isn't the repeatability element of it. That was, you know, as parents of little ones, they have favorites at certain points in their life. It's
Yes.
not an uncommon thing. And so the ability to re-ride with your little one with minimal weight many times throughout the day was a great benefit. But hey, you know, it's okay. They'll wait in line when they want
They
to.
need to create an exchange so that like I can change your dinosaur for my stuff to be a
Right.
bug or something,
Right.
and then
I'm not taking him on Everest. So can I, you know, do this other, and can you put up that list again? I found some of the choices kind of fun too. Because
okay, sure.
like at Animal Kingdom, you've got, you know, the feathered friends in flight on there and the animation experience on there.
Is there anything not on here? I mean, it's essentially every attraction, isn't it?
Yeah, no, there's just not a lot of attractions, especially with, you know, Primeval Whirl is now dismantled, so that, you know, that's not there anymore. So there's only so much you can do.
King Arthur Carousel is not on. Wait, it's not called that there.
Wait, what?
I don't see the carousel on there. But I'm trying to think if TTA is not on there.
No, but these were attractions that didn't have Fast Pass. I don't, you know.
Are there any attractions? Oh yeah, Epcot doesn't have the Mexico boat ride. So, but it's nearly every attraction.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. But did it have Fast Pass?
I don't think so.
I can't recall anymore. No, it must have. It must have. I can't imagine.
Or Fast Pass Plus. Oh, good point, Connor. Kite Tails is not on there. You just have to say it. Has Kite Tails entered the rarefied realm of Superstar Limo, and we should just say it and people laugh?
I don't know. But yeah.
I mean, that's a good point, Lavender Laughter, and that there are a lot of people who can't do a lot of these attractions. And so the Genie Plus just doesn't have the same value for them, but obviously you're going to get it, so the parents can go. But you know, right, same thing for the park ticket as a whole. So
yeah, well, that was one of the things with the way the Fast Pass system was if I wanted to reuse it on attractions that I enjoyed, then I didn't feel as restricted because I wasn't using it because quite frankly, most of the attractions that I tended to like were the people eaters. So they weren't the long queues to begin with. There were just a select few that were the long waits, and I enjoyed the ability to re-ride them without great wait times. And that isn't going to be, you know, theoretically, that is not going to be as accessible anymore. However, like I say, I'm intrigued to see how this will impact wait times, because we did see Fast Pass change the overall dynamic of wait times at Disney parks, of waiting in line at Disney parks. And I'm interested to see how this change will you know, reshape our theme park going.
I just want to just point that out. Yes, obviously Animal Kingdom, because it has fewer rides, has a higher cost per ride. But remember, you're purchasing for the day. And if you have a park hopper ticket, as most guests do, when you're done at Animal Kingdom and you head to Magic Kingdom, that Genie Plus transfers over. So, I mean, really, you've got it for the entire day, however you choose to spend your day. So just keep that in mind.
And I'm really way more excited about Genie in general, based upon the discussions we were having. This idea that I don't have to have as many clicks to find out where I want to eat is really appealing, because that was a pain during my recent visit. It was one of the more frustrating elements of the recent visit we had, was, you know, picking a place to eat and then seeing where the window was and then, you know, backing out, and to be able to just kind of get an overall view of how long each location is before I would actually get food or whatnot is.
And from talking to Jeremiah, you know, Genie Plus and IL are going to get the attention.
Oh, but can we call it Lily? Like put the I at the end and be like Lightning Lane individual and call it Lily? It's also
Otherwise,
much
they
nicer
called it
than
individual
Bill.
lightning lane. Genie Plus and individual lightning lane, you know, the additional costings are going to get the attention. But the bulk of the time at this presentation that Disney spent and what they showed Jeremiah was on Genie itself. I think Genie is what they're really, really excited about. They think it has the potential to change the experience of going to a theme park. And Genie Plus and individual lightning lane are certainly big deals and are going to get a lot of attention from, you know, diehards like us. But keep an eye on that Genie. You know, 5 years from now, we may be looking back and going, wow, this is the day that Disney just completely changed the theme park experience. So we shall see how well they pull it off.
Yep, I'm excited. October 19th.
19th,
October
11 days from
19th. It'll be
today.
a fun follow on Twitter. I'm sure for the, you know, first few days to hear people's successes and disappointments, because, you know, it's a new system and we all have to figure out how to use it to the it feels like my shirt says fun day instead of fun. It's supposed to say fun day. I mean, it appears fun day. But yeah. So and I'm hoping
Holiday World did it first. Excuse me, change the Disney theme park experience. How about
yes, that? Yes. Our experience as Disney theme park goers. I'm also interested with the fact that Jeremiah was saying that they didn't that this push notification concept wasn't one that was right there at the forefront.
Talking to him more, it's not that they hadn't thought about it. Their concern is over pushing. So they're trying to find the right balance of when to push and what to push and what not to push.
Because one of the things I like about the Universal app is it would tell me when
So and it sounds like that hasn't even been decided yet exactly where to put that balance. So it's not a matter of, oh, we didn't think of that. It's a matter of we don't want to push so much that the important stuff gets lost or we just get ignored. All of us with phones and push notifications know what that's like.
And honestly, Genie is what I really, when they first launched this My Disney experience, what's happening with Genie and the way Genie is being discussed and implemented is what I was anticipating we were going to see when they first rolled out the Magic Band My Disney experience, you know, packaging. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm interested to see, you know, how it's implemented. I'm interested to see how quickly or not, like the lightning lanes, you know, those individual lightning lanes, will there be a high demand for them? You know, it's new. It's all new. So it'll be interesting to watch it all happen. I'm excited.
All right. So. Multitask here.
I know, no worries. I gotcha.
Yeah, just to give my quick view, I'm very excited about Genie and what it's going to do. I mean, I'm a tech guy, and I've been in my head trying to write Genie for probably 15 years now. Obviously, without having the access to the back end Disney has, and for many million reasons never came to be. But so I'm excited to see what Disney is going to do with this. I have high hopes and low expectations, because that's the key to happiness.
Hey, you know how excited I just got during our recent visit when I learned that if you're at Disney World and you're doing laundry, you can actually check a website and see how busy a laundry room is before you walk all the way over there. There's an app for that. It's really cool. I've written an article. It'll appear on Laughing Place soon. I know it's been around for a while, but it was my first time using it, so I'm sharing it with everybody. But
yes, Lavender Laughter on October 19th, Genie becomes a part of your Walt. Everyone calls it the MDX app, My Disney Experience, but on my phone it just says Walt Disney World, so I'm just going to call it the Walt Disney World app.
Well, and I think travel agents call it MDE because it's My Disney Experience. But I think others call it MDX.
Yeah, well, I call it Walt Disney World. Yeah, I don't think it will either. I'm with you on that one, Daniel, but we shall see. We're obviously going to be tracking that on Laughing Place, tracking all of this. This is just a lot. October 19th is going to be a fun day. And thereafter, as we see how this plays out for Disney fans. Hard to believe that My Disney Experience Fast Pass Plus has come and gone.
Right?
That was such a big deal. And now it's history. So anyway, anything else before we close out here, Rebecca?
No, that's it. I mean, just to sum it up, on October 19th, your My Disney Experience app will feature the new Disney Genie system. And this will be your handy dandy free guide to your day at the parks. It'll give you suggestions based on input as to when attractions are like the optimal time for you to ride them, suggestions regarding food, that type of thing. Then a $15 flat fee will give you access to the Lightning Lane on numerous attractions. But however, if you want to utilize one of the individual Lightning Lane, those are the super popular rides within the Disney park, 2 per park. You can book those individually. Those prices will fluctuate based on days, not throughout the day. It's not going to be that kind of dynamic pricing. And those will be available. You do not have to be in the Genie Plus in order to individually purchase a Lightning Lane. So, if you want to just wait in lines all day, save your 15 and then apply that 15 to the high-end attraction, you can do that. So it'll be interesting to see how all these pieces fit together when they're utilized, and we're excited. That it? Did we cover it? Because I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked you didn't have to kind of buy into that 15 in order to access the. I didn't know you were going to be able to just walk in and give 15 to be able to ride Rise of Resistance.
That's funny. That never even occurred to me.
I thought you had to. I thought you had to have that initial buy-in in order to
right,
ante up.
You have to get the no commercial version, but no.
Yeah, no.
One interesting thing that's on here, I don't know if it's a typo or this is breaking news, but under Disney's Hollywood Studios, it says Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and it's apostrophe S, not just the plural.
Oh, shocking.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. Just a reminder, tomorrow, the return of Disney Trivia Live, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. Looking forward to that. I miss my trivia time with my little boy Gideon. And Monday we'll be back. Go ahead.
Oh, and I'm hoping that maybe I can get you to carve out some time and we can kind of do an overview of our trip to Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
I just got back from a lot of days at Walt Disney World. I don't even know how many I was there when push came to shove.
Donna actually wrote me yesterday and said, I hope you guys are going to do another one of your recaps.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, we'd love to. We'd love to, because we had a wonderful time. We tried so many new restaurants. We have to dine at Space 220.
We absolutely have to talk.
Yeah,
about
it was an amazingly fun trip. Amazingly fun.
So that'll be coming up soon. We'll give it a commitment, but soon. And Monday we'll have the return of Disney Parks Talk. On Tuesday we'll have the return of Barely Necessities with Rebecca and Becca. And kind of things have settled down. The 50th has happened, and life kind of returns to normal here at LP. Yep. So come along for the ride. Thank you, Rebecca, for joining me.
Don't forget tonight, Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Is that tonight?
I think that's tonight.
On Disney Plus?
I think so. I hope I'm not wrong. Let me double check, because I think that's tonight.
If it's Disney Plus, it's today.
Oh, okay. But yeah, October 8th.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Watch it now.
Yeah.
We'll watch it tonight, but you can watch it now.
Yeah, right.
All right. Just got a message from Tony. Let me make sure it's not important, and then we will get out of here. Yep, it's not important.
Yay! Cool. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And the information is on laughingplace.com. And please reach out to us if you have any additional questions. You can reach out to us on Twitter at laughing_place. You can drop the question there, and we'll do our best to get an answer for you. I know there were some questions here about the DAS system and how that's being impacted, and I do not have those answers off the top of my head, so that's something that we would have to look into, and I don't want to give any misinformation.
Although I do know that, I don't know how specifically, but I do know that accessibility is taken into account by Genie. They have included that in their whole system. So
yes. So there you go.
I don't have an example. I just know they mentioned that we did take accessibility into account in planning your day.
Very good.
All righty, guys. Thanks a lot. It's been fun. We haven't been live in a long time. It's been fun. We miss it.
Look at I'm Florida sunbaked.
Me too.
I got that Florida glow.
Yeah. The Florida tan.